David Cornsweat's Superman suit has been revealed. HBO and Max have announced new shows including Harry Potter and The Lanterns. And we got our first trailer for Robert Eggers' Nosferatu. Let's get into this week's movie news.
What is up, movie friends? Welcome back to Raiders of the Lost podcast, the ultimate film and TV podcast, and another episode of movie news where we go through all of the movie news, casting announcements, new trailers, box office, all of the cool stories happening in the film and TV industry. We did all this so you don't have to. You don't have to pour through the internet. We did it. We read all the articles. We watched the trailers. And now you can just sit back, relax, and learn about what's going on.
With our soothing voices.
Yes, and I don't know, your voice was coming in hot earlier.
I am coming in nice and smooth now.
Sit back,
buttery,
relax.
silky smooth.
Sit back, relax, and then find out what's happening in the world of film and TV.
Let's put some butter on this toast and
Now,
start with the box office.
Inside Out 2 had a commanding third weekend of $60 million.
Holy crap.
It is almost at $1 billion globally with its box office. In only 3 weeks, it's closing in on just about $950 million. It's made $470 million just domestically here in North America. So it's going to be hard. Deadpool 3, when it comes out, that's being talked about as being the biggest hit of 2024. It's got a lot of work to do to even catch up to Inside Out 2, having almost $1 billion in 3 weeks. This looks like we said last week, it's going to probably hit 1.5 billion when its run is done.
That is really fast.
That's really fast. Huge amount of money. It's really helping theaters and rejuvenating a lot of life from the slow spring. And Inside Out 2 has just been a Goliath this year. Quiet Place Day 1.
Who's David?
What did I say?
You said, well, it's a Goliath. Who's David?
David is Horizon, Kevin Costner's film.
Well, it means David's going to defeat Goliath.
Oh, actually, yeah, that's wrong. Yeah, it's just really big, okay? It's just a monster. It's a monster of box office.
It's a Cyclops.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
Let's go with the Greek myth of Cyclops.
It's a storm. So Inside Out is a storm? All right, next up in second place, A Quiet Place Day 1 is one of the new releases this weekend and debuted with a franchise second best of $48 million domestically. A really good debut for the film. This is definitely going to be a profitable film for the franchise, made on a cool $90 to $100 million budget.
People are saying it's the best of the franchise so far.
Seeing the opposite.
Really?
I don't know who you've been talking to.
The internet. I called the internet up last night. I said, hey, how's A Quiet Place Day 1? And the internet said, hold on, let me check. Hold on, bruv. Let me check real quick.
James read 2 headlines on Google search.
According to the internet,
on Yahoo News.
Of the franchise.
No, that's just so the critics like it more than audiences. From what I can tell, the audience score is at 70% and the critics score is at 95%. It is getting mixed reactions. I definitely want to see it. From what I've heard, it's got great action. It is a little slower, but it's the director of Pig, and that's a very slow, meditative, like very low key film. And so he brought that he brought that tone to A Quiet Place Day 1. But I still think it looks really fantastic. Lupita Nyong'o is supposed to be amazing in it. Everybody I've talked to who's seen it said she's absolutely phenomenal. It is a really good horror movie overall.
I don't know how you could ever top the first one, honestly.
I think
first one's really brilliant.
What Krasinski did with A Quiet Place, the first one, it was really special. It's one of the best directed horror films of the last 20 years, in my opinion. It's so expertly made. It's a perfect horror film, and it's just an incredible take on something new, and I really love that first film. But I like the franchise. I think the second one's awesome, too. I'm definitely going to see this this upcoming week. We've been a little busy, but I want to check it out.
Would you describe A Quiet Place as a Goliath?
I wouldn't say it's a Goliath. They do well, but they don't do Inside Out numbers. They're
more of a David.
Yeah, they make 300, 400. They're very successful movies on decent budgets. Keep in mind. Sorry, that's Tommy Wiseau. So the director who made Pig, he went from a $3 million budget with Pig to it's actually a $70 million budget. It's actually a pretty small budget still. So it's already almost made its box office back. It's
very
budget
excited
back.
to check it out.
And then in third place, to no surprise, Kevin Costner's huge upcoming Western saga, the first film in that franchise, Horizon and American Saga Chapter 1, debuted with $12 million. Nobody really knows what the budget of this film was. He financed it personally with $38 million of his own money, and then 2 other people threw in some more cash, and Warner Brothers is distributing it. I think the trailer looks really fantastic. I saw the full trailer in theaters last week, and I was like, oh, I want to see this. It's supposed to be like a classic Western. I'm really interested in checking it out this week. So it did okay. No, I was not expecting anything more than this for a Western to come out, especially with A Quiet Place, Bad Boys, and Inside Out. There's a lot of competition this weekend. All right, next up at number 4, we have Bad Boys 4 with an $11 million fourth weekend, which is very healthy. It's performing very well, word of mouth, and it passed $300 million globally. A nice hit for Bad Boys in the franchise going forward. And in 5th place was Kalki 2898 AD, which is a Bollywood sci-fi action movie, which came out with $7 million this opening weekend. This is I checked out the trailer. It's like a Dune Bollywood movie, basically. The poster's very Dune. The trailer's very Dune-y. It looks like a lot of fun, though. It looks great.
This looks terrific. Yeah. I want to watch it. All right. Let's get into this week's news because we got some big stories coming up. Of course, finally, we've been dying for some information about the Harry Potter show. That's going to be on Max from HBO, from Warner Brothers, all of that jumbled into one, whatever they call it. It's because it's HBO, but it's on Max.
Yeah.
You know, it's like House of the Dragon. It's HBO, but it's on Max. It's owned by Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers new shows. Let's say that. Say that. So Harry Potter has found their lead creatives. So Francesca Gardner and Mark Mylod. Now, if you watch Succession, you probably recognize their names in the credits because Gardner, who was consulting producer on season 3 and 4 of Succession,
you got it, man,
will serve as showrunner and executive producer, while Mark Mylod, who directed over a dozen episodes of the show, will direct multiple episodes and also executive produce Harry Potter, the TV series. He did a bunch of Game of Thrones, so he's got a ton of experience directing episodes of TV. I believe he's done.
He also did The Menu.
Yeah, he did The Menu.
Yeah, Mark Mylod did The Menu. Yeah, he's directed a ton of Succession, so he's he knows what he's doing. I believe he created Succession.
I think he's one of them, maybe.
One of the creators of Succession.
And then Francesca Gardner also has background from Killing Eve, as well as a few other shows. So,
he's just a producer, yeah.
The Harry Potter lead creatives have been found and have been hired, and I'm sure they'll start the casting process very soon because I'm guessing they want to start the season 2026.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they spend 2025 shooting, so I'm guessing they're looking for a 2026 release date.
He did a ton of great Game of Thrones episodes. He did 6 episodes, 2 of which in season 6, 2 in season 7, and 2 in season 5.
Wow, that's when the production value was really high.
So that's when they were like really on fire. So it's smart to hire like someone who knows what they're doing, especially in the world of television, but also very accomplished in crafting incredible pieces of television in episodes. So
keep it in the family.
I figured Warner Brothers would keep it in their own because it's like they cultivated these people as producers for like 10 years. And then this is like their big reward to get a huge thing like this.
Planted them as seeds.
Yes, they were watering their plants.
Watering them like Farmville, except with free creatives.
I'm guessing. I'm sure they've been building sets and costumes, and they've probably cast.
What sets do they need to build? They're already built.
They are probably going to use a lot of what they already
they
have.
have to. I feel like they have to do some new stuff.
No, they will because I went to the Warner Brothers London tour for Potter, and it has all the real stuff.
Yeah.
So all of the sets are there. So
they need to do like a new room for requirement, new Great Hall, similar, like very similar, but also new aesthetic.
Yeah, new feel. You should make Hogwarts Castle look different.
Maybe some iPads.
I was just thinking different architecture. Yeah.
You know those the LED lights that dudes put in the corners of their rooms. The strips. Let's get some of those LED strips.
Gryffindor would just be red.
Yeah.
That's how they differentiate it. Oh my god! I'm also curious. Will this be a period piece or will it be a contemporary adaptation? That's what else I'm curious about.
Well, I mean, what do you mean by that?
Will Harry Potter be like growing up with TikTok?
Oh no, they have to make it 90s. It has to be 90s.
They should keep it 90s. But I'm curious. Maybe they won't because maybe
I don't want kids at Hogwarts doing fucking TikTok dances.
Well, the wizards wouldn't. Wizards wouldn't be. But I'm talking like Dudley Dursley and his friends would be doing TikTok dances for sure.
I just want it to be the 90s, man.
I want it to, but also maybe they want to connect to young people nowadays, the new generations, by making it their world. That might be what they do for the take.
Oh, that honestly pissed me off.
We'll see. I don't know.
I would hate that. It's just an iPad was a joke, guys. Don't really do it. I want to see an iPad in Hogwarts.
Hey, it might happen, man.
Oh, if I see a smartphone,
I feel like Dudley would be a big Drake fan.
No, but then there'd be kids at Hogwarts that have smartphones.
No, there's no technology allowed at Hogwarts.
Well, I know, but no, there's some tech that can be involved.
No, you can't have tech at Hogwarts.
I'm just saying, but if you want to capture the younger audience, what's the point of having smartphones in the beginning and not throughout the show?
Because I don't know.
I think just make it 90s. Maybe have someone with a Game Boy. That's about it.
I think that to appease fans, they should throw one thing on. They should throw someone wearing a Chicago Bulls jersey because there's that that meme of how does Harry not know? How does nobody mention Michael Jordan at all? It became the biggest thing on the internet. Like, why does Harry never mention the Bulls or Michael Jordan?
I know, right?
The biggest thing in the world.
It's pretty funny.
So I think if they throw Dudley wearing a Chicago Bulls jersey, that would be big for fans.
Or at least, well, I mean, if it's regionally, like what was massive in the UK in the 90s? David Beckham, was that 2000s or was that 90s?
I don't fucking know. I wasn't growing up in the 90s in the UK.
Yeah, well, I think it was Beckham or the Spice Girls.
I'm David Beckham. I have no fucking idea. Spice Girls probably, yeah.
He's dating one of the Spice.
Yeah, I'm aware of that.
Yeah.
I think everybody knows.
Can you name all the Spice Girls?
Yeah, Sporty Spice, Posh Spice,
Bratty
Spice,
Bratty one,
Ginger Spice. There's 4, right? No, there's 5.
And then Computer Spice. I don't know. Let's move on to another show. Well, we're very excited about the Harry Potter show anyways. But let's move on to another show from HBO Max, Warner Brothers, the whole thing. Lanterns! A Green Lantern series is in development. The series follows Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan as they are drawn into an Earth-based mystery as they investigate a murder in the American heartland. Chris Mundy from Ozark will serve as showrunner with Damon Lindelof, Anthony's favorite guy, and Tom King co-writing. So get ready for those mystery boxes, everybody.
I can't wait for all these mystery boxes, man.
DC Studios co-head Peter Safran has described Lanterns as a huge HBO quality event that is very much in the vein of True Detective.
I mean, I'm down for this. It sounds interesting. And look, if they do it as well, they definitely want to connect it to the film franchises too, and have the Lanterns in the film that they have going in DC. Yeah, it sounds cool, and I like the dark tone. An Ozark filmmaker and producer is a smart direction because everybody who's seen that show loves it. Again, Damon Lindelof, if he keeps his mystery boxes to lower than usual, that'll be fun. But we'll see.
Mystery.
I'm sure it'll be cool because there's a co-writer.
I don't know, man. Mystery's in the synopsis, so I imagine a lot of mystery boxes. A lot of cliffhangers in this show, I
bet. Tom King has written a lot of comic book material, so he's very familiar with that world. So, cool. We'll see.
Awesome. Well, let's stay on DC.
Let's stay, man.
Because there's some huge news this week. A bunch of BTS photos have been all over the internet of the production of Superman. And we saw, finally, for the first time, multiple images of David Cornsweet's and James Gunn's Superman suit, as well as a look at Lex Luthor, played by Nicholas Hoult, and Rachel Brosnahan, who is playing Lois Lane. And I gotta say, the internet took an interesting reaction to the Superman suit.
There
was a lot of, this is exactly what we need, this is so comic book accurate, and then a lot of, it looks terrible, why is this here? The underwear, not again, not the underwear again. What are your thoughts on the Superman suit?
I think it's fine, and a lot of people are worried about the wrinkles because it's thick and it's not skin tight. So whenever he bends his arms or moves, there's wrinkles in the costume. I guarantee you they know that, and they're going to be CGIing it out. I don't expect the wrinkles to be visible when in the actual film. And this team made all the Guardian suits, so I think they know what they're doing. I think you want to do something different. You want to do something fresh, so go for it. I think the back of the cape is great. You have the red cape with a yellow S on the back, and I think that's the coolest addition I've seen in a Superman suit in a very long time. And the trunks are fine. I mean, Brandon Routh wore the trunks, and that was in 2007, so it's not even that long since we've had trunks. I think that
we got the yellow belt back.
Yeah, I like the yellow belt. Honestly, the only thing I don't like about the suit, I really do like the suit. The only thing I don't like are all the lines all over the arms and chest, like they're athletic lines. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm not really liking because it makes it feel like it's like a biker leather jacket. You know what I mean? That bikers will wear, and there's like all those ridges and lines on their jackets. That's what it reminds me of. I love the suit except for all of those lines. What do you think?
You know, I think it looks pretty damn cool. it's so different to see it on a BTS photo from very, very far away on a telephoto lens or on a phone versus actually seeing a clip from the movie.
Sure.
So I really want to wait for a full clip. I want to see a teaser. I want to see something, a still, before I really lay my judgment down. But you know what?
Lay that judgment now,
We've
man.
had so many iterations of the character, so many different suits. I think it's cool. You know, the trunks were... I think it was a bold thing to bring the trunks back because people have become so accustomed to Superman without the trunks, with Cavill, and then the other guy who plays Superman.
And some of the modern
and Lois and
comic
Superman
books, too.
So they've gotten rid of the trunks, I think, which was a great thing to do for sort of reinventing the character. But I think with what James Gunn's doing with this character of Superman is obviously going back to the old school comics, the optimism, the hopefulness, the lightness. And I think that all comes into play there, as well as it's very vibrant. I saw people complaining about the vibrancy. I'm like, have you ever seen a photo of Superman before Henry Cavill played the character?
I think the colors are perfect.
It's
the yellow,
very red
the yellow,
and very blue.
Yeah, it's like it's very much like close to like very much primary colors. I think they're great colors.
That's what Superman has been for like 100 years, except for Man of Steel and the one that in Lois and Superman. So I think people need to, if they're upset about it, relax. Take a chill pill. First of all, it's just a movie. It's a Superman movie. We've had a lot of Supermans in the last 25 years, 40 years, so it's no big deal. I think it's cool. I think the trunks will be fine. I think the belt is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like the S. I think it's unique and adds a little new flavor to the character. And what I love about the behind-the-scenes stuff, though, is the Clark Kent look is excellent because the Clark Kent actually doesn't look like Superman.
Yeah,
you can tell like people will get confused.
And he has a contemporary hairstyle.
He's got the broccoli fuckboy haircut.
Is that what it's called? The curls over the forehead. And it does, covering his forehead and wearing glasses, it does change his look a lot. So I like this. This is the first time where Clark Kent looked quite different from Superman. And so I think they're doing a smart job with that. And also using, because they could have done like a dorkier hairstyle, but I think that doing something like this, it's more contemporary. He looks like he's a young guy in contemporary times, like right now.
Yeah, it also looks like he just roughed up his hair to go to work.
And it does make him look different, hiding his forehead. It really does a lot to change the look of your face.
We also got a look at Lex Luthor, played by Nicholas Hoult, with a very shiny bald head. Very shiny.
That's a prosthetic for the gashes and the makeup on him.
Yeah.
I'm sure that when he's not covered in wounds, his head will not be like that. You could definitely see the cap on his head, but I'm sure that was for the makeup effects.
But imagine him having a very shiny head anyways.
We'll see, yeah, but there's definitely, you can tell the texture doesn't match his skin, but that's because it's a bald cap with wounds and makeup on it.
And then also
for the gashes,
we saw Rachel Brosnahan as
Lois
Lane, who seems to be at some sort of massive event, like a scene where there's maybe a crash of a NASA shuttle or something. Or there's a capsule, it looks like.
Obviously, so we get the whole Daily Planet crew in these behind-the-scenes photos, and I love Beck Bennett's in this.
Yeah.
He's just going to be hilarious. He's going to be comic relief in this film. And so it has the whole Daily Planet team. I'm guessing they were on some kind of like space flight or new aircraft flight, and it was like a big story or something. And then something happened and Superman saved them. And they all take turns exiting that shuttle's door. I'm not sure what kind of shuttle it's going to be. It seems like it's going to be some spacecraft shuttle. And the Daily Planet team was there for some reason. But we got to look at the entire Daily Planet crew. And it just looks very comic accurate from what I can tell of comparisons online.
We also got to look at Mr. Terrific, who
I have no idea who they were.
On set with Superman running a scene together. Mr. Terrific is, I believe I glanced at his abilities, incredibly intelligent genius, as well as some other cool stuff. He makes technology.
He's the third smartest man in the world, a brilliant inventor, and the second superhero to call himself Mr. Terrific. I think he has like an Iron Man flying suit.
Something like that,
Yeah.
where he has flying robots or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know much about Mr. Terrific, but yeah, we finally got to look at what Superman's going to look like.
Yeah, I think it looks great overall. Again, I'm just not a huge fan of the lines and the ridges in the costume, but we'll see. Maybe it works
Something
on camera.
new. Something new.
Yeah, it's something different, yeah. And there's also he clearly gets arrested by military soldiers.
Yeah.
Just like in Man of Steel. I guess it's there might be similar scenes that play out. I also want to say there was a lot of hate about the first photo released of him putting his boot on.
Yeah.
And there was like the photo of there's a still of like a laser being shot in the sky behind him.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it when it came out.
Yeah, and I keep seeing people complaining about that. Like, why would he be putting his boot on while the city's being attacked? And I'm like, that's just a frozen frame of probably what's playing on the LCD screen in the background of the set. Like, he's not. I'm sure that's not actually happening in the scene.
Probably not.
Where there's a laser being shot and he's taking his time putting his boots on.
Think of it as a cover photo for GQ magazine.
Yeah, but my favorite part of the suit is the cape. By far. It's great.
Cape looks great, and
Corn sweat looks great.
Yeah, looks like it's going to be awesome.
You know what else looks great?
What?
Let's segue into Robert Eggers' Nosferatu.
Yeah, you saw the trailer. I watched it online. You saw it in theaters.
In theaters, it fucking, oh my God, it hit so hard. It's stunning. It's beautiful. It's so well crafted. I love the tone. And the trailer is like such a great builder of suspense in itself. By the end of the trailer, I was like, oh my God, I can't wait to actually see him. And it looks phenomenal. We get looks at Aaron Taylor-Johnson, Nicholas Hoult, Lily Depp, lots of Willem Dafoe and Holt. And then we finally got out of he's Nosferatu standing in a doorway, mist, dark blue light, and he's kind of silhouetted. You can't get a good look at him, but you know he's there. And he's got what I like is he's got a dog with him, like it looks like a German Shepherd who he probably takes with him all over.
As the Count.
The Count. I can't wait for this fucking movie. It's gonna be great.
Cannot wait.
And
inject this into my veins.
And it looks like it's probably following the story pretty closely with the Werner Herzog plot line, and as well as the original, where you have a pure woman who's the only chance of stopping this evil. So I can't wait, man.
Let's go.
It's going to be fucking awesome.
We have some massive news involving Denis Villeneuve and potentially Dune Messiah. So it was announced just the other day, that Denis Villeneuve's next film will be released on December 18th, 2026. And this will be for Warner Brothers and Legendary, the two production companies that made Dune.
Yeah.
Now, it's unknown which film it will be. Is it Dune Messiah, which would be Dune 3, possibly? Reports say it could be because lately the news has been saying that the script is pretty much done, that Denis and his writers have been working on Dune Messiah, and it's pretty much locked in. And that's the rumor, is that it will be Dune Messiah. And it seems like Denis Villeneuve had a little bit of a change of heart because he said he'd be taking a break from the desert, taking a break from Arrakis, going to do something else. But you know what? Maybe in his heart, he's like, you know what? Let's just finish it together. Come on, Tom.
Let's finish how we started this, Tom. Together. It could be something. It could be the sci-fi film he's been working on. It could be. Because I'm sure Warner Brothers and Legendary want to stay in the Denis Villeneuve business.
For sure, because it's a good business to be a part of. What's interesting is it will also release the exact same day as the next Star Wars movie.
Someone's moving their release date.
Or a new Star Wars movie, because Grogu and Mandalorian is at 2025.
Yes, it's going to come out next year.
So then 2026, it'll be another Star Wars movie will release on the same day as Dune Messiah.
It'll be Stephen Knight's Star Wars movie.
Copy that.
So I'm sure someone's moving their release date. You do not want two giant sci-fi movies to battle against each other at the box office because it's the same audience.
Let them fight. Let them fight.
So we'll see. Disney loves their Christmas time release dates for their big movies, and they've held out before. Like they fucked up the Hateful Eight's release because they refused to budge, and they even threatened theaters to not play the Hateful Eight. So they kind of fucked Tarantino with that release. We'll see. I mean, I'm someone's gonna have to move their release date. These can't come out the same day. They can't.
Let them fight.
They just can't. You can't do it.
We have a Barbenheimer.
Yeah, but they're very different audiences.
Dune Wars.
Dune Wars. Honestly,
they're not different audiences.
Barbie and Oppenheimer?
Oh, I thought you were talking about Star Wars and Dune.
Well, you brought up Barbie and Oppenheimer, so I was defending.
All the same people went to Oppenheimer and Barbie.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Is it the same audience, though?
For these?
That Barbie and Oppenheimer was a one-time lightning in a bottle marketing event.
Oh, I know, yeah.
They were not expecting that.
It was a phenomenon. But I can't wait for a documentary to get made about
it made sense for those two films to come out on the same day because they're completely different films.
Sure.
When you have two giant sci-fi movies coming out on the same day, those are the same fucking audiences.
It can work. Just go back-to-back days.
We'll see. I guarantee someone's moving their date, and I'm guessing this might just be a different film. It might not be Dune.
Either way, you know it's going to be sci-fi epic.
I'm guessing. I honestly think Denis wants a break from Dune. It's been 6 years of his life.
Yeah, pretty much.
And also let Timothy age a bit.
Get a little age
Yeah,
going on.
get a little age going on.
Have
Yeah.
him smoke some cigarettes. David Fincher has some news.
What's this news, man?
He's developing an English language Squid Game remake with writer Dennis Kelly.
Not sure why we need this. I love the Fincher, but
Maybe he's got a really great idea of how to do it in a different way.
I'm sure he has a great idea. Also, Squid Game was already the most watched show on Netflix, so why make a new adaptation of it?
Because money. That's what the studios do, man.
And also, Squid Game just really works for, the Korean culture. I don't know. I'm not sure we need this.
Instead of the cookies, they're going to do peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
What are they going to be doing that food thing? What are they going to be cutting out?
What would they be doing? It's going to be like open a Dunkaroos packet without dropping any crackers.
Stir this peanut butter without spilling any of the oil.
Yes, that's. Oh my God, everyone's dying. That's impossible.
Oh my God. And also, I'm sure the games will be different.
It'll be Operation.
You're dead. You're dead. So they could do what's the jump rope with a person jumping in between? That could be one.
You don't think they do that in any other countries?
It was only done in America. No, they played games that were popular in that culture.
Did you grow up in South Korea?
I know a little bit about it. I did not grow up in South Korea.
So they didn't have jump rope?
I didn't say they didn't. I didn't say they didn't.
You're making a massive assumption over there.
The characters literally say we played these games all the time growing up. They have flashbacks to it.
Yeah, no.
So go fuck yourself. They can play kickball.
Dodgeball.
They should play dodgeball. They should absolutely play dodgeball. If you get hit with a ball, you get shot in the face. I'm sure he's gonna cook up something cool, and I'm sure the games will be different. But I'm sure I don't need this. I don't think we need another Squid Game show because the second season's coming out soon.
I don't need it.
It's like season 2 of Squid Game is gonna come out, and then the English language version of Squid Game season 1 is gonna come out after it. I don't know.
It's too much. And then the Bollywood version will come out.
All right, let's move back to Warner Brothers. Andy Serkis actually, in an interview, revealed some really cool information about the Batman 2.
Let's hear it.
He confirmed that he's going to start filming on the project early 2025, and so we could all expect about a year and a half from filming for the release of the film. So we could hopefully maybe get it in late 2026.
Oh, it's already been said that that's gonna be 2026.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
They haven't started shooting yet.
Quick turnaround, man.
But he said he's very excited to return as Alfred, and he loves Matt Reeves. They're best buds. And so I can't wait for this. Apparently the script's done. They're ready to go.
Let's do it.
They're ready to go, and I can't wait.
Speaking of another script that's done, Jurassic World. Scarlett Johansson, who will be starring in the film, says the script is incredible. David Koepp wrote it. He returned to Jurassic Park after about 30 years to write the script. He's so passionate about it, which is so awesome.
He's the original writer.
So I think that's huge news. I think they understood what their biggest problem with their last couple movies was. The writing.
Oh, it was terrible scripts.
And putting Sam Neill with the mop in the background of every scene. He's just like mopping the floor, doing nothing.
He's literally mopping the floor in one scene.
Literally doing nothing. Alan Grant is a coat hanger. That's what he is in the last movie. It's like they forgot about him.
Oh, Alan!
Oh,
hey, bud.
Who put him in wardrobe? Why is it, who put him in? Is he in the scene?
Oh
is
God!
Are you sure he's in the scene?
Just have him stand in the background.
Yeah, put him in the background.
Just have him look crazy.
Ellie, can you talk about those bugs again? Giant bugs.
Let's talk about the locusts again.
Yeah,
guys.
the giant bugs.
Come on, let's get these locusts. Guys, it's Jurassic World. Everybody wants the locusts, okay? Trust me, locusts are really hot right now. People cover these movies for locusts.
We're worried about the farms.
Oh my God. So
just dinosaurs eating people.
It's all we need, man.
It's easy, guys.
It's all we need. All we need. So I think this is obviously best case scenario to have the original writer of the first film come back, make it a reset, refresh the story, new characters, new cast, new plot.
Honestly, the way the Jurassic World movies have been going, I wouldn't mind if they just reboot Jurassic Park at this point. Just make the same fucking movie.
Honestly,
do all the same scenes. I'm fine.
Let's not get another Jason Bourne raptor chase on a motorcycle.
Dude, that shit was crazy.
It was so ridiculous.
Is this even a Jurassic Park movie anymore?
I don't know, man.
Well, there's going to be another movie franchise getting a spin-off, though, if you want to hear about it.
Sure.
Donkey
What, from Shrek?
is getting his own movie.
Come on.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Eddie Murphy's in the house, man.
I think they saw the success of Puss in Boots.
Yeah.
And goodness, it was a hit. And I think Donkey could be a hit as well.
It could be massive. And, I mean, the quality of the films for the entire franchise are pretty high. All of them. And Puss in Boots: The Last Wish is a beloved animated film.
This would probably be hysterical.
I'm down for a Donkey movie.
Let's do it.
Yeah. I wonder if Dragon will be in it. She'll definitely be in it. They'll have a little dragon donkey. They do have dragon donkey babies, don't they?
I think so.
Yeah, they fly around at the end. I think, yeah. Something like that.
Pretty interesting.
All right, next up, we have news about Yorgos Lanthimos' next film, Bugonia, starring Emma Stone and Jesse Plemons.
Dude makes 4 movies a year.
For real. This will release on November 7th, 2025 in theaters, so fall next year. The film follows 2 conspiracy-obsessed men who kidnap a major CEO, convinced that she is an alien intent on destroying Earth. So for all you lizard people fans, all you conspiracy theorists, this movie's for you.
I hope that the actual plot is that she is an alien.
I hope so too. We'll see.
That'd be such a great ending.
And God's Kindness was amazing. Poor Things is amazing. This guy is just on fire. He's one of the most interesting filmmakers working today. And Jesse Plemons fit perfectly into his style in God's Kindness. So I'm glad that him and Plemons are teaming up again. I can't wait for this. This looks like a lot of fun. It could be as fucking crazy as always.
The next monster film with Godzilla and Kong, we got some news, will release in March 2026. So get ready for yet another Godzilla Kong movie. And I need a little more Kong in my life for this one.
More Godzilla.
I need a little more Godzilla in my life for this one. My brain just...
Also, Adam Wingard dropped out. He's not going to be making the film. He's going to be focusing on other films of his own.
Yeah, he's doing a horror movie, I think, again.
Yes, with the Get Out writer. I mean, with the guest writer.
I mean, he did 2 of the Godzilla movies. That's a lot of work.
Yeah. I wonder what the title for this one will be. Godzilla X Kong BFFFs.
BFFFFFFFF.
Best fucking French forever. Okay.
Yeah, cool news here.
I'm really excited for this. For anyone who's been curious about finally seeing footage of Gladiator 2, the trailer has been confirmed to release mid-July. I'm sure we're going to get it attached to, I think, whatever comes out, July 14th. Is that Deadpool?
I believe it's Deadpool.
So we're going to expect to see a Gladiator 2 trailer attached to the summer releases in July and August. I cannot wait. I am waiting on bated breath. I'm so curious to get a look at this fucking thing, to see what they've been cooking up. I can't wait, man. I cannot fucking wait!
Fantastic Four news.
Let's hear it.
Kevin Feige has confirmed it will be a 1960s period piece, and possibly in an alternate universe to the main MCU.
Finally, man. Let's do a separate movie franchise. Let's keep it separate, guys. Let's make it its own thing.
1960s.
Self-contained.
No other superheroes, just the Fantastic Four versus a villain.
It's amazing it's been so long until they've done this.
Well, we'll see. I mean, who knows? I'm sure fucking Wanda will probably pop up somewhere.
Oh, yeah, it does say possible. Possible alternate universe.
I don't want any cameos.
I just don't want any other characters.
Just Fantastic Four and a villain.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. That's all we need.
I like the idea of period piece. I think that's really smart. Keep things fresh. Keep things exciting. The cast is awesome. And from the marketing of the poster, it looks like that's going to be the tone of the film, which I think is cool. Yeah, I can't wait. I'm looking forward to seeing some footage of this. And yeah, good luck to that crew and that team and those actors.
All right. We can let it go now.
All right, some more MCU news. They released a new little trailer for Deadpool Wolverine. Mostly the same stuff we've seen, but there is an exciting new cameo. Sabertooth showed up at the end of this trailer. It looks like Wolverine and Sabertooth are going to have a reunion battle. It looks like a lot of fun.
Deadpool is basically us. He's nice. People have been waiting like 15 years for this fight. Let's go. Hey, good luck. I'm a huge fan. He's also, ground and pound.
He also like pulls out his swords out of Wolverine.
You look terrible.
This is the first time they fought since the first X-Men and the what's it called?
Statue of Liberty?
Statue of Liberty. Yeah. I almost said the Eiffel Tower. Sorry. Yeah, because Sabertooth isn't in the other films, is he?
Well, Liev Schreiber, plays a version of Sabertooth.
Let's forget about that one.
Yeah.
Let's forget about X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Yeah. So technically they did fight then.
Yeah, you're right.
But this is like the OG version of Sabertooth.
Yes.
from that OG X-Men.
That's a good movie.
It's pretty epic.
It's a really good movie.
Let's talk about the Hunt for Gollum. More Andy Serkis news. He has teased there will be more returning Lord of the Rings characters in his Hunt for Gollum movie. To quote him, it's going to be very much the world of Middle-earth according to Gollum's experience of it. Interesting.
Well, since he is so old, I doubt we're going to see any of the hobbits or humans that we've seen before. We might, but I doubt it. But we
literally just said there will be more returning Lord of the Rings characters.
Let me finish. Can I finish?
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll see dwarves and elves that we've seen before because elves have such a long lifespan. So I'm sure, and maybe even a wizard or two. Maybe we'll see a wizard.
50-year-old Orlando Bloom putting on the wig again.
One last time.
One more time. Fucking 9 movies later. I guess I'll do it again.
We might even see Cate Blanchett return. We'll see.
That'd be great.
You can de-age actors pretty well now. And I just don't expect to see hobbits or humans, but we can see the characters that live long times, I'm sure. I bet we'll see some elves because the elves knew about him.
I guess so.
Yeah.
All right, what's this Mark Wahlberg Mel Gibson movie?
It's Flight Risk.
Flight Risk.
Finally dropped its trailer. It's an action suspense thriller starring Mark Wahlberg, as well as Topher Grace. And Mel Gibson directed this film. Topher Grace. No, Wahlberg is the flight risk. So Wahlberg plays a psychotic hitman who's been tasked with killing Topher Grace's character, who's being escorted by a U.S. Marshal on an airplane, like a carrier plane. And so it's just the three of them on a plane. And Wahlberg poses as the pilot, killed the pilot, and he's just posing as the pilot, and his plan is to kill Topher Grace. And so it's just about the three of them battling for control and him trying to kill them and them trying to survive. And pretty interesting. But what's most interesting about the film is Wahlberg has a receding hairline that looks pretty awful. You can tell it's an absolute bald cap. And honestly, the wig looks really bad. It's really distracting. And I was honestly giggling half the time during the trailer. Because he's wearing a hat. And then in a fight, he loses the hat, and you see his receding hairline. It does not look good. It does not look good at all. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
We got to look at Robert Zemeckis, the man, the myth, the legend, in his next film called Here. The story travels through generations, capturing the human experience in its purest form. And what's really interesting about this movie, and I think is so fascinating, is the camera doesn't move. It's just a one-camera setup, and we follow basically from this location how humans have lived there, even going back to before humans, dinosaurs. We have the meteor hitting Earth, all the way to indigenous peoples, and then people settling there and colonizing, and houses being built, family growing up there. The main storyline follows Tom Hanks and Robin Wright's characters who get married and have a family and live their lives in this house. But the whole story, the camera doesn't move. It looks incredible. It's like a ghost story. Remember that movie?
Meets the Tree of Life.
Yeah, Meets the Tree of Life. So sort of, but the camera stays in one spot and it's stagnant the whole time. I think it looks really incredible. I got goosebumps watching it.
Yeah, and the de-aging looks really good. I'm sure it's going to be some of the best that's been done because Zemeckis has always been a whiz with CGI and animation. He's always been ahead of the curve and helped really push forward the boundaries and abilities of CGI like James Cameron and Peter Jackson. I think it looks really interesting. It's really great. I mean, when you have a guy who's made so many great films and he's been working as a director for many years, many decades, it's great to see that he's still trying new things and still pushing what you can do as a storyteller in film. And I think it's a really great concept to have a camera not move and to show time pass over this one area, this one spot on Earth. I think it's a great concept. And again, it's reminiscent of a ghost story. And it feels like a ghost story meets the Tree of Life, which I think is really cool. David Lowery did some really great stuff with the ghost story. And the Tree of Life by Malick is, I think, one of the best films ever made. And so this looks like it's a combination of those with Zemeckis' love of his passion for telling stories about love and romance and human stories. So I think it looks really cool. Big time.
Next up, we got some news about Donald Glover's next project. He is making a movie that is hitting IMAX theaters with a trailer called Bando Stone in the New World. The sci-fi film follows singer Bando Stone after he wakes up to a post-apocalyptic new reality. Perplexed, he wanders around the ghost town of a city with the thought that he's the last person on Earth. However, after his run-in with a gun-toting woman and her child, the three of them learn that they aren't alone and need to stick together. The trio now has to deal with prehistoric creatures, alien-resembling figures, and even perceived racism post-apocalyptic. And in order to survive, they have to band together.
Interesting.
I had no idea this was being made.
There's one image that's been released, and it's him and looks like two teenagers running across a prehistoric landscape that's reminiscent of like Jurassic Park, running away from those dinosaurs, whatever they are.
I don't think the trailer's online. I believe there's a few leaks, but
yeah, a
you have
couple
to see it
image
in IMAX.
leaks. There's also a shot of him being held at gunpoint by another person in a convenience store. So that's all that's been released unofficially, though. But yeah, these are images. It looks cool. I'm down for this. I love Donald Glover. I've been wondering what he's been cooking up lately. Yeah, because he produced that show on Amazon Prime, and then he was in Mr. and Mrs. Smith. But I mean, TV shows shoot so early compared to when they were released. So I'm sure this is what he's been working on for a while. All right, next up, news about Nobody 2. We announced a couple weeks ago that it is in production. The film will release on August 15th. Very soon. Very, very soon.
We got our first trailer for Red One.
Oh, my God.
Dwayne Johnson's new movie. And looks pretty interesting. He basically plays the security guard of a super jacked Santa Claus, played by J.K. Simmons.
Not just security guard. He's like the leader of like the Special Forces team.
He's
at
Special
the North
Forces
Pole.
security guard of Santa. He escorts him on his journey delivering presents. And on Christmas Day, when delivering presents...
Christmas Eve,
yeah. As he's delivering presents, Santa Claus is kidnapped. And so Dwayne's character has to track him down with the help of Ryan Reynolds, who's the best tracker in the world.
It's Chris Evans.
Oh, yeah, it's Chris... Oh, man.
What the fuck?
I saw a trailer like 2 days ago, man. Same guy.
With the help of
They're
Ryan
so similar.
Reynolds.
They're so similar and handsome and funny. Chris Evans.
I think you were just thinking about Red Notice.
Maybe.
Yeah, that was in your head.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. So it's Chris Evans, who's the best best tracker in the world. And that's the movie. It's a real movie that exists. There's giant snowmen they have to fight. There's all kinds of stuff. It's certainly a movie.
It's I don't know about this trailer, man. I mean, they're trying something. It's a movie that's clearly made for kids and families. Maybe it's good. Maybe it's good.
It's Dwayne's production company too.
Okay, but yeah, I don't know about this trailer. It looked pretty bad, honestly. All right, next up, something we're both extremely excited about, and I'm gonna have to get Apple TV for this because Alfonso Cuarón has been making a new TV series with Cate Blanchett, which is just like, holy fuck, let's go. It's called Disclaimer, and the series follows a journalist who receives a novel from an unknown author and is horrified to realize that the novel exposes her darkest secrets. This premieres on October 11th on Apple TV. All they've released is one photo of Cate Blanchett. I'm sure we'll be getting a trailer very soon, but
She looks like this.
she looks very surprised and worried. And oh my God, two of my favorite artists in the world of filmmaking, like Blanchett and Cuarón. Are you kidding me? Let's fucking go, Apple TV. Give Cuarón all the money he wants. Just let him make stuff to his heart's content. And I can't wait for the trailer. Sounds like a really cool concept too. And I'm just really excited for this. I cannot wait.
Sigourney Weaver, our last bit of news, is going to receive the Venice Golden Lion. Now, this acting icon of Sigourney Weaver, she'll be honored with this Golden Lion for her lifetime achievement at the 81st Venice International Film Festival. And arguably one of the most acclaimed and versatile actors of her generation, Weaver.
Slow down, man. I don't even know what you're saying.
And arguably one of the most acclaimed and versatile actors of her generation.
Much better.
Weaver, a triple Oscar nominee, has moved easily across budgets and genres. Lots of other things to say about her. But Sigourney is a legend. Some of the best movies ever she has led. And it's really incredible to be honored with such a great award.
Icon.
Queen.
Slay Queen. Get that Golden Lion. Fuck yeah. I can't believe, yeah, she's been in so many great movies. It's unbelievable.
She really has.
Yeah, and it's really paved the way for powerful female characters in film.
Ellen Ripley, man.
So fucking awesome. Yeah, she's great.
What a
She's
legend.
unbelievable. I can't believe she never won an Oscar. 3-time nominated.
Yeah, I guess she hasn't had that role though.
She's been in roles that are close to it, but
Yeah.
I mean, she's so good as Ripley. I could have seen her getting a nomination for that for sure in the first one. But yeah, I mean, she's done so much science fiction in her career. That's probably why, sci-fi doesn't often get acting consideration.
True. I mean, they're not going to give it to her for Ghostbusters.
No,
No.
they're not.
But she's a legend. And that wraps our movie news this week. Thank you so much for tuning into Raiders of the Lost Podcast. Become a patron today at patreon.com/Raiders of the Lost Podcast. Leave those 5-star ratings and reviews on Spotify and Apple, and take care, everybody.
See you next time.
Thank you for watching Raiders of the Lost Podcast. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit the like button as well, notifications for sure. Listen to the show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, everywhere you can listen to podcasts, and be sure to check out this other content we have on our YouTube channel.